Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this Thursday's episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Rohde. Training camp is here. Crack open a beer. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. We are here today to bring you the updates from day technically 3, but day 2 of fans being at Halas Hall and watching our guys improve for the 2022 NFL season. They're looking good. They're looking sharp. And pretty interesting news came out of today. We're here to hit on all that. Teven Jenkins was a no-show for drills, but was at Halas Hall today. Eddie Jackson still looks like he could be the return man of the season, I guess, but also he looks like his old self through 2 days so far. The offensive line as a whole looked entirely different again, and Justin Fields, baby, him plus Luke Getsy, chef's kiss, looks absolutely fantastic. Here to hit on all that with you today. We had a couple insiders there that we're looking at their information of what they saw in videos. But before you hit on that, we'd like to thank today's sponsor, Unbound Coffee Company. Unbound Coffee Company delivers high-end coffee and the best related coffee t-shirts in the business to your door with free shipping on all orders. And the best part is, for every item sold by Unbound Coffee Company, $2 is donated to the charity or nonprofit of your choice. Use promo code JSHY, that's Jaychi, JSHY, for 15% off your first order, or sign up for with the subscription and save an additional 10% off your first order. That's 25% off your first order if you do both of those. But if you just use J, it's 15% off. And go to the link in the description for more to get more information. Start living unbound today. So let's start with the notes of the offense. That was the big talking point today from the Chicago Bears. A lot of good news, a lot of interesting news, and unfortunately a little bit of bad news. Nothing to get worried about yet, but something to monitor for sure, which we will do for you on our Twitter, Instagram, so make sure that you follow us there. But to start off, Cole Kmet looked awesome. Breakout season is about to be underway for this guy. I am very excited about it. Tony and I talked about it all this past offseason, and he looked great today, especially in 7-on-7 drills. He had a nice few snags out of the air today, one being over the shoulder, bringing it down and gaining his balance for a super nice game before being tackled. Also, a little bit of an interview after, he's saying that his confidence is higher than ever. Him and Justin Fields are really starting to click, and he even said that at the end of every drill, him and Justin Fields run the same specific play every single time to get constant reps. That's awesome, because then you for sure, if Justin Fields is at the line, sees Kmet in a certain position, reads the defense, knows that play is going to work in that situation, Fields can make that opportunity to make the switch at the line. Super excited about that. So Cole Kmet, stock going up. Get a jersey today. You guys won't regret it. Speaking of the other guy we just hit on, Justin Fields, he brought the heat today. He's got the dreadlocks going. He's looking good. I wouldn't even say they're dreadlocks. I'm sorry. I mean, they're short. They're short. He's getting there. He's not like Jimmy Butler. If you guys haven't seen Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Butler is freaking 2 Chainz dreadlocks now. It's crazy. But Justin Fields brought the heat today. Had a few interceptions. No big deal. Learning a new playbook. None of this counts, but he's getting to know his guys. But he was on one. He had a lot of nice throws to Daz Newsome, a name that, Bears fans unfortunately kind of, might have forgotten about last year due to his injury. But Daz Newsome still is on this roster, and he looked good. Again, also hitting his guy Cole Kmet in stride. They looked really good today. That's a little bit of a good relationship that they're starting to build, and that's something that could impact this offense a lot this upcoming season. So the tight end that we've been missing since Zach Miller, Cole Kmet could be that guy. I mean, Jimmy Graham had 10 touchdowns back in 2020. So, don't hate on Jimmy Graham too much. I'm going to miss that guy. Unfortunately, we paid him a lot of money. So a lot of good guys made a lot of good plays today. Darnell Mooney as well had a couple nice snags for a big gain. Haven't heard much about Brian Pringle or Velus Jones Jr. yet. So I've been kind of just going through Twitter, just trying to find that out. We'll have more information on that as it comes about, but just want to put that out there. But he was hitting everybody today. Unfortunately, a few INTs, but that's going to happen because that makes the defense look good, which we'll hit on in a minute. The big topic that I started with that I was going to hit on today, Teven Jenkins not being in drills, but being at Halas Hall. Interesting situation. He's not holding out like Roquan Smith. He's not doing anything crazy, but he didn't participate in drills. And something's going on there, because when I saw him at Fat Rosie's in Lincolnshire on Cinco de Mayo, he looked great. His body fat percentage was down. He looked leaner. He looked bigger. He was walking good. Overall, he doesn't seem like himself as of late. Not sure if it has something to do with he's not happy that he's running with the twos. It is what it is. Welcome to, pro sports. Sometimes you don't think that you're going to get the position that you want, but Teven Jenkins was not active today. So we'll continue to monitor that, but stay tuned for more. But hope all is okay with him. But right now things are in the air. We don't know too much. I've again been checking my phone while we've been sitting here. Haven't seen too much. Let's check. Let's give a quick check right here. Nothing new. So we're going to keep going with the notes that I do have for you guys so far. Left tackle competition is starting to heat up. Rookie Braxton Jones and newly signed veteran Riley Reiff split the ones today. So that's kind of cool. I think that's could be a good competition to have. You know, when your rookie is going against a guy that's been in the league for 10 years and has been a very underrated tackle the last 10 years. I think that's pretty darn good. So, you know, left tackle, stay tuned for that. And this is not the last competition you're going to see on the offensive line. Guys are going to be fighting everywhere for starting spots, and everyone's going to be trying to fight for his playing time, especially Riley Reiff, who has technically $12.5 million contract value, but he only has a $3 million cap hit. A lot of it's incentives if he plays, so stay tuned for that. Unfortunate news that I wanted to bring. I'll end it with some good news to end things off, but Lucas Patrick was spotted leaving the field with trainers today. It came off a running play, according to reports. He was playing center with the ones, something that we've been talking about a lot on the show, is that he should be number 3 run blocker back in 2021 for the Green Bay Packers. But he got taken off the field and didn't return. It's happened early, but no more details have been to follow, except Doug Kramer took over at the center spot today, and he looked pretty good according to reports. So that's always good to, you know, that we have depth in case something does happen. It is football. Guys do get injured, but stay tuned for more on that. And then finally, the good news I want to end with for the offense is Darno Mooney is the number 1 wide receiver that we need. Recently spoke with reporters, not even 5 minutes ago before recording, is that he said, I want to be great. I want to be the best player, the best wide receiver in the league, and I'll get to that. Boom. I love that mentality from Darnell Mooney. He's been so overlooked, especially look at his Madden rating. So overlooked. And I think that Darnell Mooney is going to shock a lot of people. The guy had 1,000 yards last year in the Matt Nagy offense, and he's still not getting the respect he deserves. I am so excited for Darnell Mooney. I love an underdog story, and he's got one for sure. A couple more notes from the defense, just going to hit on 2 guys for you today. Eddie Jackson was all over the place. Had a couple nice interceptions, a couple of nice pass breakups. He's looking like his old self. His interception came off the hands of N'Keal Harry, who is trying to, you know, get his feet in the NFL. Obviously, it didn't work out in New England, the newest wide receiver from New England that we sent a 7th round pick for. You know, it happens. You know, the defense is going to make plays. Guys are unfortunately not going to make plays on the offense, and that was just him that point. But Eddie Jackson did have that was his most nice interception today. It also gave reassurance to fans that, you know, maybe it was the scheme that wasn't working out for him. And then he gave reassurance to reporters today that he is 100% bought in, along with the rest of the defense, to the Matt Nagy system. Oh, wow. No, Matt Eberflus system. Excuse me. I'm sure some people are going to log off after that one, but wow, that was a bad one. He's bought into the Matt Eberflus system. That's embarrassing. I'm sorry about that. But it's nice to know that the rest of the defense, especially the veterans, are buying into the new coaching scheme. So, you know, good notes there. And every month, and apparently he was bought in the first month of Matt Eberflus being a part of the Chicago Bears. Always a good sign. So he's been bought in for a while at this point. Happy to hear that from him. And then finally, Lamar Jackson, not the quarterback, had himself a day trying to fight for a roster spot. He had a few nice pass deflections while covering the bigger wide receivers. He also had a diving interception off Trevor Siemian. And then also he was able to pick the ball on a nice diving catch during an onside kick, which was a pretty nice recovery according to reports. I'm still looking for the video on Twitter, so stay tuned for that. But what a day. What a good way to start camp. The vibes are high. Coach Eberflus is yelling at guys, telling them they got to try harder. He's pushing them to new limits, something that we haven't seen since Matt Nagy, or before Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy didn't do anything, just told you to be you. So with that, thank you very much for joining this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Rohde. Stay tuned for more updates from training camp, as we will have them all covered for you. And we have a special guest coming on very soon, so stay tuned for that. But with that, thank you again for joining this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Rohde. Have a great Thursday.